Kara, thank you. Dr. Art Mollen is here, and he is answering your emailed questions in today. So,
Yes.
Dr. Art, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Our first question comes in from Jenny, and she's in Scottsdale. She says she wants to know, what is the best time to exercise?
Well, you know, it's interesting. I did a study several years ago, and I wanted to evaluate when people would stick with an exercise program. So I found that those who exercise in the morning, the 75% complied with the exercise program. A year later, they were still doing it. The ones who exercised at noon, only about 50%, and if you exercise at the end of the day, only about 25% stick with the program. So from my standpoint, in compliance, I want people to exercise in the morning.
Just roll out and get it done.
Exactly.
David of Tempe wants to know how you can tell the difference between allergies and the flu.
Well, first of all, allergies come on much more subtly. You know, they're gradual and they'll continue for a longer period of time. You'll have itchy nose, itchy eyes, itchy ears, usually have some type of sneezing and congestion and maybe a chronic cough. But if you get the flu, you feel like you've been hit over the head with a 2x4.
Oh.
So you will be fatigued.
It'll be obvious,
You'll
right?
be out of work for several
Yes.
days. It'll be much more serious.
All right, Dan from Glendale wants to know if there are any supplements that can block the effects of alcohol.
Well, you know, I'm often asked this question. One of the things I researched is an amino acid, and the amino acid is actually called cysteine, and it basically can prevent some of the harmful effects of acetaldehyde. So if you take 200 milligrams of the cysteine for every ounce of alcohol that you're consuming, that can potentially be beneficial. But at the end of the day, the best supplement is not drinking.
I knew that was coming, Dr.
Okay.
Wright. The next question comes from Peoria. Cindy wants to know, do ADHD drugs like Ritalin help boost grades?
Well, you know, interestingly enough, a lot of the people who take these drugs have a tendency to abuse them if they're taking them for the, you know, supposed effects that it's going to enhance their overall brain power. But there's no scientific evidence that confirms that. Now, the one thing is they probably will stay up later because it's an amphetamine, it's a stimulant, so they'll probably be able to get their work done and pass some of the grades just simply because they're accomplishing most of their tasks.
So they're getting their work done, they're focused more.
Exactly.
Wendy from Gilbert asking, if you want to lose weight, is dieting more important or exercise?
Well, of course, both are important, but I think the diet is probably 75% of the game. If you want to lose weight, you're going to have to eliminate the pasta, the rice, the potatoes, and things like that. So it's very important to exercise, of course, because it increases your metabolism for about 6 to 8 hours after you've exercised. So it's also helpful. But I think at the end of the day, it's all about the diet.
As Lena eats a Kit Kat while listening to this story. Dana from Cave Creek asks, she's 52, having irregular menstrual periods. What could be causing it?
Well, first of all, if you've gone through the perimenopause, and a lot of women will experience menopause starting at age 45 and it continues. So if you're in that perimenopause phase, you know, and you're at 52, you could still be going through it. So that could be a potential thing. But if you've stopped having periods for 1 year and then you start to have irregular periods, that could be serious. It could be a fibroma of the uterus, it could be endometrial cancer, it could be serious effects of medications you're taking. So if that's the case, then I think you have to have an ultrasound of the uterus and see your GYN and get it evaluated, because that becomes a much more serious issue. And I think women have to be concerned about that.
I like doing the questions.
Oh, great.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah,
I
it was
know
fun.
you like
Yeah.
talking to the people and answering their questions. So if you have a health question for Dr. Art, you can email him at askdrartmollen@gmail.com. And then we are 2 weeks away. I can't believe it, from the Phoenix 10K, the Dr. Art Mollen Phoenix 10K.
Well, I don't know
Doc.
about that, but
It's 42 years, 42 years now.
42 years. It's the iconic race in Arizona. There's the 5K, and people who they can come out and walk. You don't have to run. You can do the 5K walk, 10K, half marathon, and then don't forget about the Mollen Mile, which is a 1-mile fun run for kids. It benefits the Mollen Foundation for the prevention of childhood obesity. It's a great event, and everybody from Channel 3 is going to be out there.
We're going to be out there. I'll be hanging out here, and my family's going to be looking for you. So
I'll
if
be
you see
looking for
some
them.
crazy Sorettas,
I love having
you know,
those
run the
people.
other way.
I love having them out there. They're great.
Thank you, Dr. Art. We'll be right back.